Hi, Reject Nation. Greg here. I just got back from movie fights on Screen Junkies. Thank you to all who watched. It's about an hour, over an hour of traffic and pouring rain. You guys might hear it outside the rain. And like 20 minutes before I got back, my girlfriend messaged me telling me that Daredevil was canceled. Now, Luke Cage and Iron Fist, I'm like, that makes some sense. Kind of. Iron Fist more than Luke Cage. And, but Daredevil, and I want to make this clear because we did a Daredevil spoiler review, Andrew Gordon and I, and evidently got a lot of hate, even though I say several times that I actually really like this season. So I'm going to clarify this up front. I could have probably leaned more into my positives, the things I really liked about it, instead of really trying to explain my criticisms so I could see why some people thought I just hated it. Well, that's not the case. I actually really like season three of Daredevil. I might not have loved it to the caliber everyone else did, but I really liked it. But for it to be canceled, though, just like Iron Fist and Luke Cage, that was a bummer, but it wasn't like I need to hop on this and talk about it. I'm like, I'll just wait to talk about it a little bit later. This one though, Daredevil, that I love that show. It's one of, if people usually ask me what are your favorite shows, I often say Friends, Breaking Bad, and Daredevil and True Blood are usually the shows I list. Hell, even when I'm literally coming from movie fights and I was wearing my Defender shirt on the panel today. So they released some statement. I don't have time to edit. I'm really hungry. I bought some flame broiler, so I'm sorry. I'm not doing jump cuts and all that and inserts and whatever. But I saw that the article here at Hollywood Reporter. The Netflix statement is, Marvel's Daredevil will not return for a fourth season on Netflix. We are tremendously proud of the show's last and final season. Although it's painful for the fans, we feel it's best to close this chapter on a high note. We're thankful to our partners at Marvel, showrunner Eric Olson, the show's writer, stellar crew, and incredible cast, including Charlie Cox as Daredevil himself. And we're grateful to the fans who have supported the show over the years. While the series on Netflix has ended, the three existing seasons will remain on the service for years to come, while the Daredevil character will live on in future projects for Marvel. I feel like there's so much shit going on behind the scenes of these Marvel shows on Netflix because Disney has their streaming service, and I don't think these Netflix Marvel shows would work on a Disney streaming service, but there just has to be something else going on because people were really talking about Daredevil. I know not a lot of people were really talking about Iron Fist. Not a whole lot of like Iron Fist and Luke Cage kind of came and gone, and Jessica Jones did kind of too. But Daredevil, that was something a lot of people were definitely talking about, and the fight scenes and everything about Daredevil, there's so much. There's so much to latch onto that's so beautiful about that show that it bums me out. I mean, the ironic part about it, this is why there's jump cuts as I fumble a lot. The ironic part about it is, you know how when Luke Cage ended and Iron Fist ended, they ended in a way where like there was so much story left to tell. And while Daredevil ended on a note that had its cliffhangers and some stuff to tease, and not everything is fully wrapped up. Fortunately, in a weird way, you could have kind of ended it with season three. Not because it's bad or that you should cancel it. It's just like the way it all comes full circle with Wilson Fisk by the end and all the storylines that unfold. The way it all wraps up, it in a weird way, I'm like, well, at least it got canceled at a moment where it can still feel like an ending. Yes, there's some cliffhangers and some stuff that's not complete, but for the most part, for Daredevil himself, I can see how this could be the end to his journey. And they're talking about, there was some statement that my lady was reading to me about how Daredevil is going to continue on in Marvel and other mediums. And the way I heard it was like, okay, that could mean they're going to go into the movies, they're going to get a new, they might go to the streaming service, or that could just mean Daredevil will continue to live on in the comics and shows like cartoons or whatever. But I just want to say I'm super bummed about this. I can't. Like movie fights was super fun today, and I hope you guys watch it. But when I heard that news, I was like, I am weirdly like really affected by this. The Matt Murdock character, the Charlie Cox portrayal, just means so much to me. I mean, you think about it. You spend I don't know, like close to 40 hours with the guy. You feel a bond, and I'm really bummed about it. I feel like Daredevil's been a major inspiration in my life in terms of like storytelling stuff that I work on the side as hobbies. So yeah, I mean, I hope if any one of the Marvel Defenders characters could ever go into the movies, it's definitely Daredevil and Wilson Fisk. So I'm hoping that if they're not going to come back for the shows, their performances are movie caliber acting. They're and not to say that like TV shows a downgrade. It's just sometimes what I'm getting at with movies. I don't know how I did good on movie fights today. I'm a little bit fried at the moment. Um, their performances would be so awesome to watch on the big screen that I really hope the show does carry on. And I just want to say I'm bummed about it. And I don't know. What do you guys think's really going on? I have no idea. There has to be something more happening because I don't think it's a lack of viewership. And again, there was a 14-minute one take, so they probably threw down a shit ton of money to make that work, and maybe they're not seeing enough profit for it. Sign up in the comments, guys.